Hello, YouTube. I might be sideways on you, but hello, Facebook. This is Mike Nasty. I'm doing sports talk today, and Sunday we just had a win here. So the Ravens go out win 20-12, and they beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Jackson ran for hello, Adam. Jackson ran for 100 yards. He had like 227. Hey, Rich Spiegel. Hey, Rich, you haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Rich. How you doing, buddy? So he had 227, and the whole offense for Tampa Bay had 267. So he ran for 100 yards. You had Gus the Bus run for 100 yards. Running the football in December is the way you're gonna win football games. And all that misdirection that they do, you don't know where the ball's going. I couldn't even follow it sometimes. I didn't know who had the ball. It's going one way, going another way. So that could be a good thing. Winning, you just got to cut time, like I tell you. Take time off the clock, keep the defense strong, and they'll be set. Right now, I see Pittsburgh's beating the Patriots. I think it's 21-7. I'm not sure. I just walked out, but Pittsburgh is up. So we got to get the Patriots to give us some help. 2 wins, winning division, get a home playoff game. You Ravens fans will be happy. But that's what we do. So Dallas got wiped out. They got beat by the Colts. They got shut out. They haven't been shut out since who knows how long, they say, but Dallas got shut out. Had a couple good games. They had Cleveland win by 1, beat Denver, on Saturday. So there's still races, wild cards. Right now we have the wild card at 8-6. We gotta win that last game against Cleveland. See if we can go on to San Diego and shut down Mr. Rivers. See how that goes. But they'll have time to prepare. And they've had 11 days off. They haven't played since Thursday, San Diego. So they could be rusty. Or they could be well rested. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You take it as it comes. Like I told you, let the rookie play his game. Sometimes he's throwing the ball in the dirt. Next thing you know, he's winging a pass in between tight coverage. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's erratic. Sometimes, he's spinning out of the pile and gaining 20. You ain't going to see Joe gain 20. Maybe once in a blue moon. But, hey, I can't knock Joe. He did what he did. And he's sitting on the sideline earning a lot of money. Staying healthy. So, I'd be like, go ahead. Bench me. You still pay me. So, hey, Yingling. How you doing, Yingling? Hey, so I got some rugby for my son. So the boys up there lost the feed. Your USA Sevens, 29-15. They were number 1 USA in sevens in rugby. So sevens rugby is 7-on-7, not the regular full field rugby. It's a little bit faster, and these cats are fast. So if you don't watch rugby, that's what rugby sevens is. It's a little bit quicker than the big game where you got the big boys that are blocking each other and getting in them big scrums. But yeah, you had USA, New Zealand, Fiji. Fiji ended up beating USA. USA was ranked number 1. So that's my rugby post for my son Adam. That's about all I got out of that. But I know that the old All Blacks have like 27 guys that they have to sign. Some of them are going to go over to Europe for more money. Most of them. Some will re-sign. Most of them go over to Europe. Some of them are going to retire. I think their main 3 are. One of them said he was going to retire. 2 of them are going to go to Europe. Is what I saw. So that's big money out there for these guys. I mean, it's a good sport too. If you have kids, and I know around our way a guy that runs it, Chris Carroll. They do flag here up until they're 14, then they can go do tackle. They teach them right. They teach them how to tackle. They put their head behind them. They don't spear. They put their head on the guy's butt. And then they can't lift them up. They can't jack them up into the ground. That's a penalty. So it's probably safer than football because you don't have pads on. And they teach them how to tackle right. The Seahawks, Pete Carroll uses rugby tackling. Hawk tackling, they call it. So rugby's a good sport. My son played it for a long time. Still plays it. Goes out on Saturdays. Comes home all dinged up, scars on his knees and stuff. That's what he likes to do. And these guys are buddies for life, like I told you before. That's right. What are you saying there, Miss Cat? Adam Cat saying, the difference between a good corner and a great corner is making plays. You played well, but you get an interception, you take good to great. I want to be a great one. That's a couple of the quotes that I say. I said something about Muhammad Ali saying the difference is, you got the will and the desire. You got to have the, even if you had the skill, but you got to have the will. If you have the skill without the will, you're not going to make it. You got to have the will to make it. There's a guy, did he leave me? There's guys out here that listen to me that know about, sports and getting to different levels in sports. More than just going to college. Some of them, they've done, farm systems and been in different areas and done different things, and they know the dedication that it took to get there. You get drafted out of high school, you do stuff like that. So you got to work at it. You just don't go out there and become great. You got to work at it. And then people see you, and then you get all your stuff. And that's how you do it. And my sister just said, "Hey, Nasty." So my sister's watching me too, doing this stuff. Right now I'm trying to get all your comments off my screen so I can see myself. That's why my finger's up there. But yeah, everybody, you got to work at what you get. And I can't get this thing to get off. Oh, there we go. My sister, I got to give my sister a shout out because I shout out to all my other relatives and her daughter and her husband. Hello. Hey. And there's another lady that can sing some real good Christmas carols. I'll have to get her to sing a couple for you. All of Bethlehem and all that she can sing. She can belt it out. I'll have to get her to get me a couple. I got a couple on my phone, but my phone got stuck in the rain today because I dropped it outside of work. And I left it there. And I went back and it was still there. Good thing it was a rainy day and it was Sunday. So now I'm drying it out. But yeah, my sister Michelle, if you ever need anything, she can cook. She comes up with some good stuff, but everybody, my sister Michelle, shout outs. So, how's it going? How's it going out there? So, like I said, we're in the race. The Ravens are still in it. The Orioles, they just had their affiliate. They met with their affiliates, and everybody's excited that the Orioles are going to go back to rebuilding the farm system. So, that's what they're looking at. Elias seems to have people pepped up, ready for a new regime to come in here, and he hired a bench coach from Chicago, Hyde, and that was a guy, I guess he worked at he did minor leagues, Jacksonville's Suns organizations. He was a manager there. He did a couple stints as a bench coach. He did some, I guess, in the international stuff, scouting and things like that. So that's something that they're looking at in the international, getting some more international players. They just did the Rule 5 draft. I saw they picked up two guys that could play shortstop or second. They're intangible. They can put them in either position, but they kind of need, because they don't have a great infield anymore. But everybody seems to think that they're going to be working on getting that together, and that this GM is a, analytics guy. He likes to look at crunch numbers and crunch all this stuff. So, whatever they did in Houston, he's going to try to replicate that here with the Orioles. Not everything always works the same as you do in one place, but they'll have to figure it out. It's good to let him get a start. He's a young guy. See what he can bring to the table. Let's see what he does with the guys that he have. The Chris Davises, the Trumbos, and those guys that are kind of dead weight. See what he's going to do with them. If he's going to, stick with Chris, because I think he's still under a contract for a little bit. Or either way, they'll still get paid. But the Orioles are looking like they have a lot of work to do and get it together. And then once they do, I already did my shout out there to rugby, about Rugby Sevens, Lane. I gave it that little shout out for Adam. The U.S. lost to Fiji, 29-15. So, in Rugby 7, I try a little bit of rugby. I don't know much, but I try to get it going. Try to get your viewers like you guys. So this lady plays rugby in college. Now my son's back on. I respect anybody that goes out and plays that game. It's, like I told you before, it's a really good game. They become friends forever. After the game, drink a couple beers, hang out with your buddies, do stuff, and then they become friends for life. So, I had... Oh, that's Annie. Hi, Annie. I thought that was Adam again. Hi, Annie. My daughter Annie's watching me now. She's with my wife, visiting her dad. So that's where my wife goes every night. And that's why I sit here and do this. So, how you doing? But we're hoping for a Pittsburgh loss. And maybe Pittsburgh still has to see New Orleans, I think. So somehow, some way, we could get a first place division. We just got to take care of our own stuff. And that's what we do. You see my Fat Man workout sign back there? I'm trying to block the light there so you don't see the shining light. But that's my Fat Man on YouTube. I put up 17 there, if you see that. I put Fat Man 17 in my pajama party. I was doing calisthenics and crazy stuff for you. But that's what we do here on a Sunday night. This is the Fat Man. This is Sports Talk with Mike Nasty. I'm hanging in my kitchen because Jordan kicked me out of my downstairs. Because she was downstairs. So now I'm hanging in the kitchen trying to watch some of the Steelers and the Patriots game. But looks like it's going to be a good one. And the Dallas Cowboys got shut out by the Colts. I told you that. That's a good one. That's for Kurt Manke. But he's not on today. But that's what I had. Talked about baseball. Terps had a couple days off before they get back into it. We'll see how they do. They dropped out of 25, but they have some time off and then they'll get back into it. So Alex Smith, they don't know if he's ever going to come back to football because of that injury. They said before he had some issues with blood clots and stuff in his leg. So the Seahawks are winning 20. Seahawks are losing to the 49ers 23-20. Patriots and the Steelers, it's 14-10 in the fourth. You got the Falcons blew out the Cardinals. The Bills beat the Lions by 1. The Bears beat the Packers. So the Bears wrapped up their division by beating the Packers. The Bengals beat the Raiders. Colts shut out the Cowboys, I told you that. And the Vikings whooped up on the Dolphins, 41-17. So, the Titans did my favorite thing. They scored the touchdown, and they did Remember the Titans. They walked out and did the dance. They did the Titans dance, if you ever remember the Titans. He says, I'm just a football coach. I quote those things and I quote them wrong. Adam will always get mad at me. The Redskins beat the Jaguars, 16-13. Ravens beat the Bucks. And then tonight you got the Eagles and the Rams. Eagles are 6-7. Rams are 11-2. We'll see how that goes. Right now, you got NBA basketball. The Pacers are beating the Knicks by 2. The Lakers, Lakers are losing to the Wizards, 41-33 in the second. They'll beat the Wizards, the old Wizards. And then you got the Hawks and the Nets, 144-127. That's the final. 76ers beat the Cavaliers. Kings and Mavericks, Heat and Pelicans later. You got Michigan State. They won in men's basketball 90-63. Rhode Island's beat West Virginia. Anything else going on? You got hockey. The Sabres and the Bruins are at 1-1. And then you got the Golden Knights beat the Rangers 4-3. You got the Hurricanes beat the Coyotes 3-0. Flames beat the Blues 7-2. That's my hockey highlights for you. We got anything here for women? Women's basketball, you got Arizona State beat Kansas 54-48. Notre Dame women are number 2. They whooped up on Birmingham, or whoever they are, 100-53. 103-53. You got Miami women, they're 24. They've gone 71-53. The women's game of basketball has totally gotten good. I mean, they're very skilled. It's good to watch. I like watching women's basketball. They're very good. I did shout out to the Ravens. I talked about them first. This is my next producer, Octavia. How you doing, Octavia? That was a good game. Did you watch it? I was going to call Terrell and have him call in, and we could talk. But my phone got wet. So I'm waiting for it to dry out. But so that's all the sports scores that are going on right now. And I got yep, we talked about the Ravens. I told you that some of it's sloppy. That field had good traction. Yeah, those guys weren't slipping. They just weren't catching balls. You know, the balls were wet. Nobody fell. Nobody slipped. But that's what they do. I'm still live. Hey, live Facebook. How you doing? I'm not live anymore. See you.